Yeah, I'm doing the thing. Doing the thing. Shh. Nobody knows what I'm playing. Except everybody. Oh, balls. That's cut off in it. There we go. That looks about right. Burb. Gotta play the burb game. Let's see. Just for funsies, we'll put the text, keep the text language in English, but we'll do the voice in Japanese. I'm 90% sure that's what that says. Either that or I just put it on Chinese, and we're going to be listening to a lot of Chinese. How bright should we make it? We don't need it that bright. Fantasy... Fuck that up. Fantasy Life! The girl who steals time. Literally. Because I wasted over 80 freaking hours on this game. And I say that in the nicest way possible. What would you like to name your character? Liff? I'm not a Liff. And I already have an MJ. That's on my other account. This is the Janie profile, so we'll name her Janie. Type. Yes. Body type. We'll make her short. We'll make her cute. Oh. Face shape. What is skin color? Skin color. Hairstyle. See, what's the longest hairstyle I can give her? Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. This is just Goku. Hey, look, it's Vegeta. Okay, the ponytail might be the one I go with. French braid. No. I prefer her to have long hair. Oh, that one's pretty. That one might work. If you want a pompadour. Let's go with this one. Hair color. A little bit darker. That is prime. There you go. Eyeballs. Everybody loves eyeballs. We'll stick with that one. Eyebrows. I like how they made sure to match the eyebrows with the hair color. Mouth. Big smile. Also smart. Ears. Let's give her a little dainty ears. Features. No. Let's give her freckles. Freckles are cute. That one. Come on, let's go. Na 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 na. I've been playing way too much My Singing Monsters. We've been here before. Well, I've been here before. I don't know about you people. Life is filled with adventure. The question is, how will you live yours? I won't. I'll stay at home frickin' streaming. Will you strike the earth, forge iron, fell trees, cook food, sew clothing, maybe build a house, or perhaps you'll become a giant loser like the host. Will you hunt, catch fish, sell your sword? Only after I make too many of them. Conjure spirits, brew some elixirs, or keep the peace. The peace? Keep the peace. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll paint or cultivate the land. Perhaps you may even set out on a high seas and solve one of the great mysteries of Rivera. Pack your dreams and excitement into that backpack of yours and get ready for an adventure of a lifetime. Yours is yours to shape. Yours is yours. Your story is yours to shape. This is your story. Level 5 presents a game that's not White Knight Chronicles. Make another White Knight Chronicles game that's like the first one. Or hell, remake the first one. Or rather, remake the second one, because the second one technically had the first game in it. Bring back that. Bring back White Knight Chronicles, bitch. Wait, I shouldn't say bitch. This is a child-friendly stream. No, it's not. Donuts. Fortunately, we have to go through all this tutorial crap, but that's okay. We'll pretend I have no freaking clue. I can hear it now. History is calling me. We are destined for greatness. I know what you're thinking, but we haven't even discovered anything yet. That look on your face says it all. So you're easy to read. Now your face is saying, I wonder what's for lunch. That's also true. Probably meatloaf. At any rate, a mystery is most exciting just before it's solved. I'm not going to read all this text. This game has a lot of text. I would spend all frickin' day frickin' reading text. Fortunately, most of the Japanese is just their starting dialogue. Let our imaginations run wild. Can I say a fish? Not a fish. Burb. Burb. Moment of discovery. Moment in adventure. I like the bird. Learn how to move. Learn how to speak with people. Saying this is how you dash. You can examine the jargon. You can speak with Cook. You can speak with that person. I'm just gonna speed through the text. You don't need to worry about what it says. Trust me. If you actually want to read the text, buy the game, play it yourself. I'm not actually going to speedrun it, though. I won't be doing all the story stuff, theoretically. It's going to take more than one session, though. I can tell you that right now. Trip is a jerk. Donuts and glory. Donuts and glory. That's what she said. I wonder if I can still get the DLC with this account. Even though technically I didn't buy it on this account. Maybe. Treasure. There it is! That's what I'm gonna say. That's what someone's gonna say when they see something. This island is not on any map. That's because it's been long since lost to time and space. Donut Dreamland. That's too many characters. Mysteria? That's a dumb name. Name it Twitch Island. Because this is a Twitch stream, and we're going to an island. No, it doesn't. It sucks. The good news is we can always change it if we decide to. Name it whatever we want. To the annals of history. We'll solve the mysteries of this place. Because that is what we do. Oh no, there's an evil Dargon that's coming to attack me. You gotta get up to get down. You gotta get up to get down, so jump around. I'll set this to automatic so I don't have to push any button. Also so I can hide it. Inside the ship. I don't want to get inside the ship. That's where all the freaking dead things are. Hadouken! See, now, this would be the spot where they'd have you rapidly tap the A button to try to beat the Dark Dragon. But this ain't that kind of game. The good news is we're all gonna die. First 5 minutes in the game and we're already dead. I'll do whatever it takes to solve the mystery of Koholint Island. Hashtag reference. Oh, that's what I should have named it. I should have named it Koholint. That's okay, I'll We're going back in time. Because it's obviously a time rate, not some indiscriminate other thing that makes it that make me ticking noise. Yeah, the girl who steals time. Huzzah. Everyone ready for like 4 hours of this? Because that's what you're gonna get, about 4 hours of this game. Because I need the stream today. Well, I don't need the stream, but I'm going to. And this game's cute. If you've never played the first one on the DS, you probably should. Well, technically it's on the 3DS. I think that level 5 made a similar game, or there is a similar game that's more RPG based. That's very food centric. I have it, I just don't remember what it's called. Oh, hi. This is the game I was obsessed with, and still am obsessed with. You're probably not going to pay attention to it, though. But thank you for showing up anyways. You're going to leave me on his background noise. I got wind feedback. How do I have wind feedback? I think you're nuts. There shouldn't be any wind feedback. Especially since there's no fan blowing on. It's the Etch-a-Sketch pad. Unfortunately, you can't do this as a no-life run. Because you have to at least get one life. Hello, Oni. Let's search for clue, gang. Let's search for clue, gang. Come on, gang. Let's search for clues. Boop. Rude. They don't give you anything to pick up yet. Teach you how to freaking climb cliffs. This is an Animal Crossing? No, it's not. It's Animal Crossing adjacent. Yay for Pride Penguin. That's right, it's Pride Month. Frickin' something popped into my head that I'm gonna have to run by some of my LGBT friends before I actually say it out loud. Because if I say it on stream, I might get people mad. So I won't. This will be our favorite character in the series, is this chick. Another world? We didn't come from another world, we came from the future. We came from the year 2000. In the year 2000. Hey, look at some soldiers in generic paladin armor. Oh no. Okay, I've heard the term sumimasen before. I just can't remember what it actually means. Why would we have fun on an island that we don't know where we are? Nah. How about no? They're gonna force me to do it. To be fair, you don't really need to do that. I gotta figure out how to freaking do it, because not that matters. That's right. There is item. It allowed me to freaking climb up the small cliff, but you can actually climb up large cliffs too. That's right, I'm smacking with a stick. I wonder if anybody's ever gonna level up every single job to level 99, including the brand new. Because that'd be freaking hilarious. Interestingly enough, this option right here, to go back to the title screen, did not actually exist until like a couple of patches. There you go. I'm just shifting stuff around from it. We do not actually need that. Oops. Okay, now the only thing that important is to be here. Oh, wait, we don't even need the options. It's a pile of bones. Don't freaking make fun of my dragon friend. I'm gonna name him Carl. He's Carl the Dragon. Carl the Dragon, Carl the Dragon.
Whoa.
See, canonically, the island that we land on is technically Mysteria. But we don't find that out until later. So, spoiler there. Well, I'm here to sell Avon. Can't you see by my lovely face how pretty I am?
Whoa. Yeah.
It's Ranoa. At the beginning, he seems like an asshole, but he's not really.
Nani?
Nani?
Whoa.
I know what Nani means. I think anybody that's watched 5 minutes of anime knows what Nani means.
Eh?
No, that's not the name of the dragon. The dragon's not Susan.
そうだ。
Yeah, these people are weird. They're under the impression that you turn into an imp if you sit idle. I think that's just their way to tell people to get a life. Quite literally. So now we get to pick a life. We can pick any life, it doesn't matter. Mama told me there'd be days like this. There'd be days like this. Well, the first life I chose on my initial playthrough was Paladin. Paladin sucks. Nice. So I do actually get that. Okay, so for those who've never played Fantasy Life, they're divided into 3 categories. There are combat lives, which are these 4 up here. I was going to say these 3. Fucking stupid. Gatherers, which are these 4, with this one being a new one that's locked. And then you got crafters, which are these 6, with artists being locked. These 2 are only locked because of plot, and that's it. But other than that, you can start with whatever life you want. Just for fun, I'll start with blacksmith, because why not? Now, when you first pick up these lives, there's a tutorial which, after you complete the first one, you can skip. But it gives like some minor story and teaches you how to properly blacksmith or be a whatever life is that you chose. You aren't limited to only one life. You can pick all of them up, but then you have to level them all up at the same time, roughly. Mostly, the ones that are beneficial are the woodcutter and the miner, because you'll be hitting nodes a lot, where obviously the woodcutter would be trees, and the miner would be mining nodes. We will have to pick up miner after we get done with this, because blacksmith isn't much without having actual minerals to work with. So yeah, every single life has a master, usually some eccentric dude, or chick, because some lives do actually have a female master. Oh. So yeah, you can buy some materials, but you don't have to buy minerals and stuff if you can farm it yourself, which by the end of the game, if you're leveling up all these lives, that's exactly what you're going to be doing. You're going to be farming materials yourself. Later on, you can actually use NPCs to do the work for you if you don't want to do it yourself, but it's actually better if you do it because you can get more materials than they can. That doesn't mean that you don't need to. Like, you're not forced to mine stuff, for example. Well, you are a little bit, if you want to level up blacksmithing. There is some cross stuff between jobs, like like there's some stuff that only a blacksmith can make that is used for carpentry, and there's stuff that can be made in carpentry that's used for blacksmithing. Make. Buff. But yeah, I'll probably grab mining for the gathering class and then grab a actual combat class, because right now we can't kill things. At least not as we are. So yeah, we're gonna choose a signature. I like the one where it's a little star shape. What is that? It's a little star. I'll do that one. So yeah, when you go to craft stuff, whether you're crafting one or multiples of things, because some things can be crafted in multiples, you do a little mini game, which I will demonstrate here in a minute. So yeah, this is just telling you. Every action has a certain kind of button prompt. Like this one's just to hold down the button. If it's not colored and highlighted like those were, then it's just tap the A button. Now the hammer, unlike the other two, does not have a hold down. You're actually going to see it in a second. This one is a button mash. And this is all done with the A button anyways, so it's not like as if they change it up and make you use like the B button or the frickin' X button or the Y button. It does explain it, but I want to explain it too. Besides, maybe people don't want to read. Did you ever think of that?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So yeah, I think I actually skipped over this tutorial. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know exactly where this guy is. He was very rude when I spoke to him, but that was because I skipped over this, so maybe he's just naturally rude. I was going to look for something, but then I remember that function isn't available yet. I'm used to my other account. The good thing is when you're harvesting fruit and whatnot, it'll just automatically revert you to brand new with combat. That's one of the... because I'm getting sidetracked. That's one of the quality of life games that this game has that the original did not. When you go into combat and start attacking something, it automatically switches you to a combat life. Does this game teach you how to use the copy ability? It kinda does. It's like, this is how you copy things. If you want to make a duplicate. Also, outside of unlocking new areas, this game does not force you to do the story right away. You can take your time with it. Like, if you want to explore and kill stuff and do fishing and whatnot, you can do that. You will eventually need to do some of the story in order to unlock new islands and crap. If not, the game does it anyways. Yeah, pretty much. Can you teach us how to make a stupid sword? I made all this crap myself. What the hell do you want? is designed to be lightweight and useless, like my son. He became a tailor, you know. I made these swords with my bare hands, no gloves. Hey, look, it's the skill board, which is completely freaking useless. We're not gonna do that yet. We're not at that point. Okay, let's swap those out. I'm gonna place this right here. This is here. It's like playing a freaking extra game trying to sort the icons. Don't mind me, I'm gonna waste a couple minutes doing this because of OCD. Stick with me and you'll see that I have really bad OCD. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. Also, the skill board is exactly like you'd expect in an RPG. Just, you unlock abilities. Also, here's something cool I can do. I can go under equipment. I don't care about your equipment. Throw that accessory on. Because that boosts your XP by another 10%. Unfortunately, you don't get that item for free. That's a pre-order bonus, so most people won't have that. So if you're getting this after the fact, yeah, he built it with no hand, with just his hands, no gloves, no tools. He didn't even use an anvil. He used his own head. Just placed a burning hot metal on his head and smashed it with his hands. His head is as hard as steel, and as thick as iron. And that's why he forgot why you came to him in the first place. Don't know why I went all the way up. No, that's a different blacksmith.
You. Oh.
That was the blacksmith that used a special technique handed down by his family for generations. Hashtag nobody will get that reference. Featherweight ingot. Hashtag things that you can't actually make. Like literally, you cannot actually make that specific ingot. It is exclusive to the tutorial. Where's the weightsmith? That would be the tailor. We haven't met her. Also, I'll point out that the completion gauge down at the bottom fills up faster if you have a better piece of equipment equipped. So in the case of the blacksmith, the better your blacksmithing hammer is, the faster that fills up. So it's actually possible to complete the lower tier items in only one step. And a step is completing all the pictures at the top, which can be anywhere from 3 images to 5. They count as a step each. Pardon me, citizens! I am Soldier B, and I would like my sword, please. Here's your stupid, useless sword. Thank you for the money. Thank you for the Medicare.
Oh.
Why do you need to take a look at my progress? You watched me craft the thing. Yeah, I think there's like 6, not 6, maybe it is 6. It's like 6 or 8 different tiers. Yeah, I just got a hammer. Now, you start with a borrowed hammer, which isn't exactly all that great. The same thing is true with all lives. You start with a quote-unquote borrowed piece of equipment, which is all well and good, but it's not very strong, and it won't last you very long, especially as you get further up into the tiers of things. Tiers of crafting. So we talked to Martha here.
よくやったね。よーし。ん？
Okay, you may think we could just easily just speak to her and pick up another life, but nope. You're not allowed to pick up another life until you do stuff. Yeah, the tiers of the kingdom. Hashtag people only seeing half a conversation. Okay, resting at an inn is almost never practical. Because more than likely, assuming you play similar to how I do, you will rarely ever need to go to an inn because you'll probably level up before that happens. And when you level up, it recovers your HP and your SP. SP being something that we haven't talked about yet because it's not relevant yet. Poor Burb. See, there's the tiers of the kingdom. Now you get to see Trip's origin story. When I was a young bird, my father took me to the city and left me at the shops. Can memorize up to 3 words.
Na. どれどれなあ
It's the sad origin story of the blue bird. See, it's not that he can only memorize 3 words, it's the fact that he can only speak 3 at a time. He cannot form full sentences.
よーし。おっ。
So yeah, here's a mechanic we're never going to use.
よーし。
That's right, we can play 2-player. But since I am a single bean, I basically am screwed. Oh, maybe I don't want to be a frickin' blacksmith right now. Maybe I want to switch to a paladin and start smacking things with a pointy stick. Oh wait, I can do that already. It's like, but yeah, that tutorial basically said you could attack similar to how the main character does. Yeah, origin story of the guy who bought the bird. But it focuses more on the bird than the actual guy. On Edward. Eduardo.
そうだな。
And yet here I am freaking running around in the default outfit. A dragon nut?
よし
I forgot to turn it back on. Okay. So one of the cool things you can do is that in the life menu, you can actually just teleport to the life master usually, and that basically will act as a shortcut. But unfortunately, because of reasons, we cannot do that. Keep that stupid bird in mind, because we're going to be seeing a lot of it. Also, keep that drawer that it's carrying in mind, too, because we'll be seeing that here.
いやいや
I don't know when I can switch to a combat life, because I can't remember. It's been a long time. Also, there's no point in spending money at this point on anything. Mostly because we're going to need it here in a minute. Also, in case you don't know how to check your money, it's right there. Actually, I am going to do it now. Just to skip a step. Where is... We're going to talk about shops for a minute. As is the case with almost every RPG on the face of the universe, you can go and buy stuff at shops. These are recipes for crafting. We're not going to buy those. I actually went to the wrong menu anyways. I want to go here. So you don't need to do this. I'm doing it because I have the crap. And I don't use fireworks. I don't use those. The way selling works is you sell them in batches, not individually. And then you just press the appropriate button to sell the items. I'm playing on the Switch version, obviously, but this game's out on like every fucking console. So it's on, obviously, Switch, it's on PC, it's on that thing. It's on PlayStation, it's on Xbox. Of course, it's on Xbox. Frickin'.
なんだ
So the thing is I can't do that because I don't have the thing. Now, I could just buy the damn thing. Buy the frickin' ore. But I'm gonna check and see if I can become a miner first. If I can become a miner, I can just skip some steps. If I can't become a miner, then I will have to buy the materials, and I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy the materials. So, yeah. Balls. But that's okay, we got money. We got money. We got cash. I'm not joshing you. I got some dosh. Also, one thing I should point out, when you're crafting a material item, such as the copper, for example, the better you do, the more you craft. If I were to get a perfect here, you'll see that I'll make, instead of 3, I'll make like 5 or something like that. Actually, it might be 7. But yeah, since I got a good job, it's only gonna give me 5. Which is slightly more than I put in, because I put in for 3. He's like, prove to me that you're a real blacksmith. It's like, craft me the shit that I had you craft earlier. It's like, here, have a nut. First there are Dragon Balls, then there's Dragon Nuts. Would be funny if it restored his flesh and stuff, but no. He's such a happy little Dargan. We can finally go home! The funny thing is, you actually find out why this dragon reacts that way. Like, he gets all excited when Rem shows up, and then gets sad when she hides behind your character. There's a reason for that, and once you find out, you'll realize exactly why he reacted the way he did. Dragon boner. Fossil dragon. I just realized something. It's something later on in the game, but I just realized something. It involves that ball and chain. It gets pointed out later on. Or I could just completely skip that and just speak to her twice. That's her whole life savings. What do you expect? Nani? Now, technically, this is supposed to be a tutorial on how to pick up quests and stuff like that. Anybody who's ever played an RPG knows that if you find a person that has a quest, you speak with them, they're like, hey, I need you to do something stupid. And then you do that stupid thing, and you come back to them, and they're like, okay, here's some money. We're gonna skip that. So, technically, she wastes our frickin' time. It's like, here, I want you to give me all this money. And then it's like you go through all the work, and she's like, "Guess what? I actually don't want you to give me the money. I want you to keep it. I just wanted to teach you a lesson."
よく来たね。どうするんだい？
So this is how you change lives. You speak with her. Once you unlock multiple lives, you can just change through the life menu. So we're gonna pick up Paladin. I'm gonna try to only stick with the lives that are necessary, because you don't want to see me freaking grind through all these lives. The good news is with Paladin, yeah, no streamer. There is no streamer life. The good thing about the Paladin life in this game is that the Master is right in the same place that you change your life. So you can just speak with her like here. This is it.
平和のために
I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a female character. I don't speak with them so often that I would know, but I'm pretty sure it's a female character.
ではな
Now, it's going to give me the option to skip here. Now, we're not going to do the tutorial. This is... Whoops. This is just to basically teach you how to do things. A paladin is pretty simple. It's literally go, hit things with your sword, block with your shield, save the world, become a horde. Like, you equip weapons the same way as you do with the blacksmith. Go. I don't know if it gives you a shield. It does not. So you get a default shield.
よく来たね。
I'm also gonna, because I don't care about your request, screw you. And we are going to pick up Miner. We'll pick up Woodcutter later. Also, look at that cute hat. I will point out one thing. At night, that hat changes color. Well, not the hat, the eyes, because they glow in the dark. Because they're supposed to be the headlamps. Which is actually a really clever thing to do. Now, this mission just basically sends you back to that cave that I was at. We're going to be skipping that. But we are going to go to that cave.
よく来たな
Like, a lot of these gathering quests involve finding a legendary freaking material that you only ever find once because it's for plot.
ではな
Yeah, we're supposed to find a lucky jewel, and it finishes up. Turns out that she found out about it as well, and the gem that she wanted, she was going to give to this guy, but this guy, which is actually her brother, wanted to mine it so that he could give it to her. So it just all works out. How fancy. So yeah. Now I am going to stick with being a miner for a little bit, because we're going to do a demonstration of how gathering actually works in this game. Now, the tutorial would have sent you over here, and you would speak with Beryl up here, and then you'll go into this mining pit, blah blah blah. This mining pit, just like outside, only has copper ore. So it's a good place to start out if you need copper ore. There are different kinds of deposits. They have levels. The higher the level, the more difficult they are if your level is much lower. So that's your standard fare. But we're gonna try to get this great deposit right here just to demonstrate. But anyways, you basically use the control stick or whichever control buttons are used to rotate around the object, and then you push the attack button, the A button in this case, to basically go and attack the ore node, or whatever gathering node. Now, you see where it says sweet, that means I'm hitting the key spot that you need to in order to do the most damage. Sometimes you'll see it say lucky, like right there. Thank you. Not a page material spot. But when it says lucky, that means you got a crit. And if it's just as sweet, it means you just hit a weak spot. Whoops. Also, going into SP, which is that blue gauge, you only have so much of it, and because of that, you cannot necessarily do any gathering, or in the case of combat, use any special moves. So it's a little problematic. You can refill it with items. Also, you can see that the eyes of the helmet are glowing. But yeah, because I didn't have enough SP, I was going to say FP. Because I didn't have enough SP, I cannot actually mine this. It also helps that I'm only at level 1. And it takes forever to freaking refuel your thing. You can increase your SP a couple of different ways. One way is to level up, which is the easiest way to do it because it's going to happen organically anyways. The other way is by equipping certain items that have plus SP on it. Later on, you'll be able to craft items that will allow you to specifically aim for certain stats. And later on, beyond that, you'll be able to remake items so that you can choose some of the abilities that go onto your gear instead of it being random. Because right now, it's random choice when you do it. And it's not like it pops up as like, here's 3 options, pick 2. No, when you craft something, it says it has this and that on it. If it gives 2, usually it's just 1 at the beginning. So when you're crafting stuff at the beginning, you need to keep that in mind. Oops. I was not expecting to actually hit the sweet spot on the first go. Usually I don't. Okay, so yeah, this is how you level up mining. You can level up via combat, but it's more complicated. Because to level up via combat, you actually need to be in a party with someone, and they need to go and kill the things instead. Because, like I said, if you attack, it automatically swaps you to a combat life. There is no way to disable that. That will happen every single time. Fortunately, if you go to a mineral node, it'll automatically swap you to miner. And, god damn it, I'm finding those really easily. If you have wood cutting and go to a tree, you'll have the option to switch to a woodcutter job. Now, what that short tutorial was, the one that popped up real quick, was basically saying if you get an excellent on a gathering node, you have a chance of actually getting increased materials from that specific node. So, like in the case of the copper nodes, getting an excellent on the final hit has a chance to give me 2, 3, maybe even 4 of the copper. The most of any one item you can get seems to be about 5. But just like with enemies, these have loot tables, and the base item you can get from a deposit is whatever the deposit is. So in this case, it's a copper deposit, so you can get copper from it. But you can also get other stuff as well. Usually for the smaller nodes, it's copper and maybe some masonry, stone. Bigger ones can sometimes drop equipment, but it's a preset list, so you can't like get like legendary items from these nodes, for example. Like later on you can get legendary items as drops, but not from those. Also, much later on, because I got blacksmithing, I can not only craft better equipment for my paladin without expecting it to drop, I can also craft equipment for my other jobs as well, including my crafting jobs. Like a blacksmith can actually upgrade their blacksmithing hammer by creating a new blacksmith hammer. You can actually make a blacksmith hammer right now. Granted, it's a copper one, it's not going to do you any good, because you already got one. You could technically make a better one, so that's theoretically possible. Also, if you get lucky, you'll get multiples of the same thing right back to back. Also, one thing I'll point out while we're on the subject is that if you have a task in the bar that is to just tap the button, and the one following is the exact same thing, but it's to hold down the button, then just press and hold down the attack button, and it will finish the first one, which is just a tap, and it'll go right into starting the next one. So you don't need to release the button in that circumstance. The same is true if there's two of the same thing that are both hold down the button. Then you can just hold down the button for both of them, and it'll just keep going until you've completed all the objectives. Also, here's another thing. You got different qualities you can make, as well as various qualities of said qualities. But unfortunately, the better quality object usually requires more materials. So for right now, we're going to craft a bronze shield because I don't have one yet. Cutoff is going to be really weird for this episode. I'm going to try to break it up into shorter bits. Mostly for the viewing pleasure of people that don't want to sit through a 5-hour-long stream. I like how it stopped at 97%. Yeah, sometimes you'll fail and you'll not get all the materials. When you fail, it's probably because your equipment isn't good enough. Which is definitely the case here. Because you only have so many steps you can do before it fails. This is going to be a case of needing a better blacksmith hammer. Because watch, it'll fail again. Ah, got the 99%. I'll try it one more time. I may be able to actually do it, but I don't know. I just need to be faster. Oops. And 99%. That's what I'm gonna hit. So yeah, we're gonna give up on that for right now. We tried. I gotta make a paladin shield. That's it. Just for fun, we're gonna try to make a better hammer than what I got. This will be a little bit. That's what happens if you fuck up. Make sure you always pay attention to where you're standing before you push the button. I'm not gonna spend all day mining or crafting or anything. Now you see how this actually has an ability of craft time bonus. This technically would be a better hammer than what I got, because the ones you get from the masters will always be bad. And by bad I mean they're basic, they have nothing to them. How much was that paladin shield requirement? Or not paladin. Like, see, that required 150 and I didn't notice that. If I could get my smithing up to 150, I could easily craft